Hey there. I wasn't planning to record anything today, but Anthony Trucks posted something earlier that sparked a thought. So if your self-esteem, your self-worth, and your identity are based on other people's expectations of you, and their expectations of you are low, you are setting yourself up to be underfulfilled. Not unfulfilled, but underfulfilled. Because when you are a people pleaser and you meet other people's expectations, it gives you a sense of fulfillment. But there might be a tug inside of you that says, I am more than this. I'm made for more than this. I shouldn't take this. It could be a boss, it could be a friend, it could be a spouse, it could be a child, it could be anybody. And you're feeling like in that situation, there is more to me, there is more for me than what I am allowing myself to have in this season of my life, in this day, in this moment, in this conversation. So he was talking about how there's a quote that says, it's like you are the sum total of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. And he was saying that you were actually more like the expectations of those people. And I believe what he's talking about is your circle, and having a circle of influence that is going to call you higher, a circle of influence that's going to call you to being a better person. Now, there's a certain point that you have to get to before your circle changes, because if you continue with those same people, with those same group of friends, then there's always going to be that tug of, I don't want to be doing this, or I don't want to be hanging out every weekend, but these are my friends and this is what they do. And then you end up doing the same thing over and over again. Your friends watch certain shows and you're like, man, I wish we could watch a documentary. I don't know what it is for you, but for many of us, there is that feeling of like being pulled back or being held back by the associations that you have. And I want to encourage you, even if you are not meeting new people within your actual life, you can meet new people on Instagram, you can meet new people on YouTube. And I don't mean meeting them personally, but there are people that you can follow, influential people who have written books, who have podcasts, who have video podcasts, who put out content religiously to feed people. And I'm not just saying like grab at whoever tickles your fancy. Like, look at these people, look at what they stand for. Do they have integrity? Look at their history and see, is this someone who can influence me in a better way, to be a better person, to live at a higher level? And you can live, people talk about upgrading your life. And I believe that you can upgrade your life without spending a cent. You can upgrade your life without changing where you live. You can upgrade your life by changing the way you speak. And I don't mean using proper grammar and that kind of thing. I'm talking about the way you speak to yourself. Do you affirm yourself? The way you speak to others. How do you treat other people? How do you speak about other people? Are you gossiping? Are you lying? All these things stop you from living that higher level life that you want to live. So you can set all the goals you want, but if you're not a good person, then there are things that are going to be out of reach for you. You may make money and you may be able to buy things, but the relationships that you want to have may not be available to you because of the way you treat people, because of the way you speak. And that's inner work that you have to do. And I think that's one of the things that a lot of people don't talk about when they talk about goal setting. They talk about, okay, you follow these 5 steps and you're going to get your goal. Okay, fine, you follow those 5 steps, but along the way, who are you becoming? And that is extremely important, because you may reach the goal, but then you can't sustain the goal. because of the circle that you have and the influence within that circle. Let's say you want to make $1 million this year, and you find someone who shows you how to make $1 million, and you do it quickly. You do it in like 2 months. But because of the circle that you have around you, because of the influence that you have around you, and your self-worth and your identity is all wrapped up in these people, they will influence you to do things with that $1 million that other people, let's say you have a higher level circle, those people may teach you how to invest. Those people may show you how to save. Those people may show you how to actually reinvest a portion of that $1 million and make 5 million over here. You see what I'm saying? So if you, and this all boils down to you as a person, if you are not your own person, you will be more easily influenced by the circle of people that you surround yourself with. So as you walk into 2023, watch who is around you. And you're going to have to do a lot of personal development work, a lot of inner healing, a lot of mindset work to be able to resist the pull of a circle that's trying to drag you down. There is a lot of work that you would have to put into yourself, because let's face it, there are family members and there are some friends that we just can't get rid of. They're just always going to be there. But then how do we handle that, right? And that's one of the things that I talk about in the first 5 practices in the A-list assignment. And that's why I created it, because if you can appreciate your attributes, affirm your value, articulate your dreams, act authentically, you have access to abundant life. And you carry that mindset everywhere, no matter what your circle is, no matter where you go. But that takes work. So it's not just about getting the goals and where it's January 23 and everybody's all gung-ho about getting goals. But come March, come June, come August, where's your mind gonna be? And I'm gonna talk to women especially, because a lot of us feel that pull to please the family and be there for your children and be there for your husband or your friends or whatever the case may be. But there is potential within you. And I'm not just talking about career potential. I'm not just talking about that type of thing. There's potential within you to be healthy. There's potential within you to be whole. There's potential within you to be balanced. There's potential within you to take good care of your mind. There's potential within you to honor your body and to honor your relationships. There's potential within you to do all these things. But if you don't develop the mindset that you need to develop, then those things will always seem out of reach. So I said all that to say, your self-worth and your identity cannot be based on the people who are around you. I know that you may be a mother, you may be a wife, you may be a girlfriend, you may be an employee, you may be a church member, you may be whatever you are, and that is a role that you play in the life of someone else. It is not who you are. And we really need to get in touch with who we are, know who we are and know whose we are, because first and foremost, you're a child of God. That's your first attribute to be appreciated, the fact that you are a creation of the Most High God. And that alone, understanding that, should really change everything. Ephesians 2:10 says that we are God's workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which he prepared in advance for us to do. So not only did God make you, but he made you with a purpose. And as long as you live a life that makes you feel like you are living below the level of that purpose for which you were created, because whether or not you believe in God, I believe that yearning and that longing is already within us to be who he called us to be. As long as you are not fulfilling that and you are not living in that, then everything's gonna seem meaningless. It's gonna seem hopeless. It's gonna seem like, what's the point? And then you're constantly chasing this idea of having or making it, or succeeding, but you haven't clearly defined what that is. So being true to yourself and understanding who you are is what's going to help you determine, what does success look like for me? Because I think I'm successful. I have not completed all the things on my vision board, but I think I'm successful because I'm walking toward where I want to go, and I'm doing it as my authentic self. And that to me is success. When I attain certain things, yes, it's going to feel amazing, but it's not worth it to me to lose myself along the way, because I've been there and it's not a good place to be. So this year, I'm inviting you to let one of your major goals be that you will promise yourself that you will be true to who you are. And you are a child of God. Be true to who you are. Honor who you are. And when you start to honor who you are, you'll honor other people. Your relationships will change. Your outlook will change. Things will be very different. If anything here resonated with you, I would love for you to comment below and let me know. But I hope that helped someone, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. God bless.